Hi everyone, this is Tammy, owner of Worthyworthitpriceless, and today's podcast is called Get Through the Clouds. If you follow me on any social media, you will know that I actually been working on a kids line recently, and that's why it's been taking up a lot of my time and haven't been able to do the podcast or the blog or anything. What it is actually is I created a box for kids, You Are Worthy, Worth It, and Priceless box. And with that box, they'll get a card signed and a special message from me. They will also get 3 items of your choosing. You can choose 3 shirts, so you can choose a shirt, a bag, and a bracelet, or mix and match through those 3 different things. And basically you'll choose their favorite color, so it's specifically made for them, and a special message. I have like 10 different designs for the kids shirts, and you choose that, and you choose what color you want the writing. The writing is black, white, and gold, and that's all for $30. And they can have it for Christmas or whenever, birthdays, whenever you want it. So you can actually order that on the store's website, which is Worthy, Worth It, and Priceless. No, it's not and. Sorry, it's Worthy, Worth It, Priceless.style. And it's on the website now. But either way, that's what I've been doing. I missed you guys and been wanting to do a podcast. So God gave me a message, and I'm coming to you with it now. So in this podcast, there's going to be a lot of time. I'm going to basically do timestamps and just let you know what's happening at this certain time. Just follow along. It may just be a little bit 5-second type of thing, but just follow along and you'll get where I'm going with this. So yesterday, I was getting very ready for school. We were out at the bus, I say around, I think our bus really comes around almost like 8 o'clock, 7:45, 8 o'clock. And it was like rainy outside. I had to actually end up taking her back inside the house, and it looked very dark and gloomy. Like it was like, just say like a nighttime type of thing. And I did my little errands after she got on the bus, and that was around 8 o'clock. Got to work at 8:30, and once again, it's just really dark outside. Still rainy looking, all of that. I go into work. They actually called me. Her school actually called me around 11 o'clock, and they were stating that Yavea seems like she was having, seemed like an ear infection or whatever, and if I wanted to come pick her up. I went to go pick her up, and this was around, like I said, around 11 o'clock. I go outside to the car, and it's not as gloomy as it was, but it still was pretty dark. Like it was probably looks around 8 o'clock, So it takes me, it seems like forever to get to Yavea school. I pick Yavea up. We're on our way back, and this is around, just say about 12:20, or closer. Actually, it was closer to 1 o'clock, because I had to take her. I know it took me a while to get to her school because her school is in Buffalo, and it's still dark. On the way coming back, it seemed like it was about to be a really bad storm, and I mean the clouds were looked like they were black, and it started to rain, and it was about to rain very hard, and I'm like, oh my God. I got my baby in the car. We were on our way. You know what I mean? And as soon as I could actually get the windshield wipers going, we get into another little section. It wasn't really even that long. And next thing, it wasn't even raining anymore. So this was around, just say about 1:15. So now it's not raining anymore, but it is still dark. I get to my mom's house. I know I'm going a little fast, but anyway, I get to my mom's house. This is about 11:30. Yavea had an appointment at 1:50. 1:30 at my mom's house. It still was somewhat dark. The clouds were still dark. It didn't really look as bad as it did earlier, but it was, the clouds were still there. I get out of Yavea's appointment. Lo and behold, Get into the appointment. The doctor is like, oh yeah, there's nothing really wrong with her. Like, so basically she was fine. And yeah, so that's a whole nother story. But when I got outside and I told my mom that Yavea was fine, I looked up at the clouds and I realized that it was sunny outside. There were still clouds in the sky, but it wasn't affecting how it looked. It looked like a regular summer day. And I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? And I realized it while I got in the car. And I'm like, this whole day was dark and gloomy and all this. And as soon as we get from the doctor's office and everything is all right with Vea, what happens? The sun comes out. It looks, like I said, a regular summer day. Like, you would never tell that there was clouds in the sky, that it would look like it was about to storm, that it looked like it was about to rain or anything. And that's what God will do for your life. Like how that little turnaround goes? That's how God will do in your life. Your days may look like it is about to storm, like it's about to rain, like you don't know what's about to happen in your life, period. And the next thing you know, once you get through that situation, God will change your whole atmosphere. He'll change your whole life. But it's a lot of times we just have to go through the storm, or we have to go through the dark clouds. During those times, ask God for help, guidance, and assistance. Because what is going to happen during those times, and I'll living witness, the devil will be in your mind. The devil will be in your mind telling you you're not going to make it. Everyone around you will start, turning a different way, different path, trying to tell you you're doing the wrong thing, going against you. You start seeing the snakes in the grass. You start seeing everybody coming up against you. And you're like, why is all this happening to me? God is trying to get you into another level in your life. And a lot of times we cannot get there without the rain. And you think about it in life, period. Sometimes just say you went through a whole bunch of mud while you're driving or whatever, or you're in the car and someone splashes the mess out of your car. What happens is your car is basically dirty. It happened to me one day. But what will God do? He'll make rain come and clean off your whole car better sometimes than you going to one of these little car wash places. God is trying to wash you and make you clean. But a lot of times you can't get there without going through those storms. So don't get mad at the storms. Pray to God and ask him, what would he like you to learn from this situation that you're going through? A lot of times that's where our problem is. Like, all we focus on is our problems. I focused on, I don't have this or I don't have that. But if you really focus on God, you'll be a lot further in life, and then you won't have to worry about basically what's going on in your life. And another example of that, yesterday I was driving, going to go get Vea, and I talk to myself and I think about things out loud, all that good stuff. So I was asking God, I guess, about a situation or whatever. And he said to me, and it was so funny, he said, focus on what you're doing now. Like, focus on what is ahead of you. And I think that's the problem with our life. We're always worried about what happened in the past, things that we can't change, what we should have did, what we shouldn't have did. Oh, I was so crazy for doing this. I was so stupid for doing that. I should have never did this, that, and the third. But if you just wake up every morning with just focusing on what you have in front of you, don't focus on what's behind you or anything else like that. If you just focus on today, then you'll wake up every morning with a brand new beginning. But our problem is that we rationalize what happened yesterday. Oh, I should have did this, or I should have been here, or I should have been further along in life. You can't change where you are right now. unless it's like a certain situation that you have to do. But at the end of the day, if it's something in the past, you can't change anything that you did in the past. What you want to do is learn from what you did in the past and not do it in the future. That's all you can do. It's like, I know for myself, I used to beat myself up about the things that I did in the past, or the ideas that I didn't, fully fulfill, or how long I may have stayed with someone, or how I should have left earlier, or I should have did this, or I shouldn't have, I shouldn't have went back, or this, that, and the third. And there's nothing that you can do about it. What you can do is learn from what you have done and don't do it again. And possibly teach someone else, especially if you have a child, not to make the same mistakes that you have done. Or, learn from those lessons and just don't keep making the same, decisions over and over again. But beating yourself up is not going to get you anywhere. And that's exactly what the enemy wants you to do. He wants you to beat yourself up. He wants you to keep thinking about it. Why? Because if you keep thinking about it, you're not going to move anywhere forward. Your mind is just going to be stuck in that place, and you're going to paralyze yourself. And that's not what God is giving you. You're waking up every morning with a new beginning. It's a new day. It's not the same day. Even if, like today, basically today's date is the same date as last year, but the year is different. So basically it's different. So at the end of the day, do something different that you never done before. Believe in yourself, trust in yourself, and know that you can make it. Get through what you're going through right now. Pray to God. I know right now, whatever you're going through in your life, you're like, Tammy, you don't understand. I'm having such a hard time. Baby, we all having hard times. Trust me. I'm no different from anybody else. We having all a hard time at the same time. You know what I mean? But the thing about it is your approach to it. Are you going to let it kill you? Are you going to let it bring you down? Or are you going to say, you know what? I'm going to face this head on. It ain't nothing else you can do about it. Hey, them bills going to be due when they going to be due. They going to get paid when they going to get paid. At the end of the day, listen, I'm just going to have to go through. Because the one thing about it is you never know what God will do. I know, like I say in a lot of podcasts, the thing about it is God will change everything in an instant. You might have all of your bills be due all at the same time. You're looking at disconnection notices and all this, and the next thing you know, somebody will be like, well, you know what, God told me to give you $100. You're like, wait a minute. Like, you know what I mean? Or you find $100 on the floor, or you know what I mean? And somebody's like, oh, we made a mistake on your bill. You don't owe this much. So at the end of the day, just trust in God and know that He will make a way for you. Don't give up. Get through these clouds, and I promise you, baby, it's going to be a great sun outside for you, and it's going to look like a great summer's day, and God will not leave you where you are right now. So everything will work out. Just trust and believe in God, and you are going to make it. So until next time, continue to have a worthy, worth, and a priceless life. Thank you for listening to the podcast, and I love you all. Bye.